What's up, everybody? This is your boy, in my opinions, 333, and today I want to give you guys my opinion about Tien from Dragon Ball Z. I don't usually talk about Tien. I talked about Yamcha, I talked about Goten and Goku and Vegeta, but I never really talked about Tien. I never really gave you guys my opinion about what I think about Tien on Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball. Now, Tien, he started off in Dragon Ball. You know, I've seen some of his fights in Dragon Ball. I mean, I wasn't really a big Tien fan. His fights was pretty good on Dragon Ball when he was fighting up against Goku and Piccolo, but I don't know, for some reason I just didn't connect with Tien. I never really connected with him, you know. And then after Dragon Ball, he was on Earth. He teamed up with Piccolo and Gohan, and he went up against Nappa. And you know what? When he went up against Nappa, he worn out. Cause Nappa cut his arm off. You know, him and Nappa was fighting, and Nappa somehow took his arm off and shit. But when Chao Su died, Tien went all out as a warrior, and I guess he just bled out and just ran out of energy. But Tien gave it his all, but he wasn't strong enough to beat Nappa. And after that, he was at King Kai. He was training with King Kai, with Piccolo and all the rest and stuff like that. He wasn't really doing nothing but was just hearing some good news and bad news about Goku fighting Frieza on Namek. And then he got wished back. After the Goku and Frieza fight on Namek, he got wished back. And then the Cell Saga came out, and Android 17 got absorbed by Cell. And Tien wanted to stop Cell from absorbing 18, so Tien used his Trying Beam, and you know what? And this is where Tien really started to earn my respect. Meaning that I started to like him, because I remember when Tien did that Trying Beam to Cell, and I gave Tien props. I said, you know what? You got to give Tien props, man. At least he was able to hold off Cell, even though he wasn't able to damage Cell, but he was able to hang in there and hold Cell off until Android 18 ran off. And that's when I started liking Tien. That's when I started saying, you know what, I'm starting to like this guy, man. I'm really starting to like this guy. And then, he ran out of energy, and you guys know the story. He ran out of energy. And after the Cell Saga, he appeared in the Majin Buu Saga, but he only appeared like when Super Buu was at Kami's lookout, and he started killing everybody on Earth, and Chao Su and Tien started ducking Majin Buu's attacks, his Kai attacks, whatever. And then Gohan was about to get killed, and then somehow Tien jumped in to save Super Buu. Tien jumped in and saved Gohan from Super Buu, because Super Buu was about to go for the finish, and Tien came in just in time to help out Gohan, though. So Tien didn't really quite have a good run on Dragon Ball Z. He didn't really have a good run. The best run that he ever had was him fighting against Nappa. He gave it his all with Nappa. He gave it his all, but he still got demolished, but you still got to give Tien props for that. And then he tried to hold Cell off. He tried to hold him off, but it didn't do. But them like the only good, memorable moments that Tien, in my opinion, has ever had. That's all I known to remember him as. That them right there was his biggest run in Dragon Ball Z was between him and Nappa, and him going up against Cell. That's the only thing I can remember about Tien. But that's what I was saying, though. And it's kind of sad. It's kind of sad, though, that Tien and Yamcha are only best remembered on Dragon Ball. Because if you really want to see Tien and Yamcha at their best, fighting at their best, you're going to have to watch Dragon Ball to see them at their best. And it's pretty sad that you don't really see them at their best on Dragon Ball Z. You don't really see it at their best. Tien on Dragon Ball Z, he started to show a little bit of his best. Dragon Ball Z, I will give that to him. He did try to give it his all and show his best, but just wasn't quite good enough. Ever since Vegeta and Trunks and all these other people joining the joining Goku's team and everything like that, Tien and Yamcha, they just been in the shadows. That's all they ever was. Tien tried to come out of the shadows. He tried to come out of the shadows with Dragon Ball Z, but after the Cell saga, he was right back in that shadow again with Yamcha, right back in there. So I don't know, man. Tien, maybe when the new Dragon Ball Z come out, Dragon Ball Super come out, maybe Toriyama might have some great ideas for Tien. Because Tien, I look at him as a Shaolin. And you know how strong Shaolins are. A Shaolin monk or whatever. Tien can be looked at as a Shaolin monk. And, Shaolin monks are very skillful fighters. You know what I'm saying? Very skillful and very powerful fighters to fight. Toriyama could use him like a Shaolin monk or something on the new Dragon Ball Super. I don't know. But that's all I wanted to say about Tien. Tien was okay, but like I was saying, he wasn't never really none of my favorites. But hopefully the new Dragon Ball Super comes out. Maybe he might be used a little bit more better.